Welcome. This is the Meet the Programs for Business Economics and Data Analytics. We're joined by Maria and Candice that will be introducing themselves and speaking about their fields at CCRI.
Would you like me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Maria Coclin, and I am the chair of the Department of Business and Professional Studies here at CCRI. I've been at CCRI now about 8 years. I absolutely love it. I very much enjoy what I do. We enjoy the students. I think we have a very positive department with a very wide breadth of offerings in the areas of business and professional studies. So I'm happy to speak to you today. Thank you.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Candice Grist. I'm a professor at CCRI. I've been here since 2007. So I teach in the Business and Professional Studies department as well. And I primarily teach office technology and the hospitality, travel, tourism certificate program courses. And just like Maria, I love it. I love the diversity of the students, and it's a great department to work with. Like she said, a lot of positive energy that goes through within the faculty, and I think that kind of spills over into the student and their learning and achievements as well. So thanks for having us.
Do you want me to move into the presentation?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Do you see the PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, well, Professor Grist and I are going to talk to you primarily today about the certificates. Our department has a number of certificates, and these certificates can be obtained in a shorter amount of time than our degrees. And these certificates will allow you to have immediate entry into the workforce, or you may choose to continue on with a degree. And the courses that you had within these certificates will apply to your degree. In the Department of Business and Professional Studies, we have a business degree, an associate's in business administration, with a number of concentrations or majors that we can choose from. And on the professional studies side of the department, we have 3 administrative degrees, administrative assistant degrees in legal, medical, or general. And then we also have a number of certificates throughout the department. So I'm going to focus more on the certificates on the business side. And then Professor Grist is going to talk more about the certificates on the professional studies side. And in particular, Professor Grist is going to highlight one of our newer certificates in terms of Professor Grist a couple of years ago now redid the entire certificate, and it's offers a lot of opportunities and very exciting for our students. So I'm going to let Professor Grist, when she gets to that, showcase that particular certificate. Begin by telling you the certificates that we have. Certificates, all of our certificates in the entire department allow students to complete the particular certificate within a year. We have added additional scheduling, including J-term, half-term semesters, which is essentially a 7.5-week semester within, for example, within the fall. The first half of fall and the second half of fall are independent semesters now, allowing you to complete a particular course in a condensed time. We also offer courses over the summer, and we also offer, of course, our full semester courses. So by laying out the scheduling in a different way, we are allowing our students to get through these credits within a year or less. The types of certificates that we offer on the business administration side, we currently have 6 certificates, and we have one more that's pending. It's already passed the curriculum review committee, and it's pending state certification, and that's in our workplace area. So I have not listed that one here, but that one will be available very shortly as well. So let me tell you a little bit about the certificates on the business side of the department, and then Professor Grist will discuss the certificates on the professional study side. We have a basic accounting skills certificate, and this is one of our newer certificates. And by taking this certificate, a student completes 20 credits, and this is going to allow the student to gain an entry-level accounting or bookkeeping position. There's a need for bookkeepers in the business world. So by taking these 20 credits, you would obtain a basic accounting skills certificate. For someone who wants to dig a little bit deeper into accounting, we have our full accounting certificate, which is 29 credits. And this really would employ you for something in the accounting world beyond bookkeeping. And all of these courses, as I mentioned, can all be applied to the associate's degree in business as well. We also have an entrepreneurship certificate. This certificate was recently realigned, and this now directly articulates into URI's entrepreneurship program as well. And we, as part of that revamping, we introduced 3 new, very innovative entrepreneurial courses: Introduction to Entrepreneurship, the Design Process, and the Lean Startup. So this is a 29 credit certificate. We also have a financial services certificate, and this is for the person who perhaps wants to get into the finance world, in banking, or perhaps in analysis for a mutual fund company, someone who's looking for perhaps selling product. And this is a 29 credit certificate. And then we have a management certificate, and this is for someone who's interested for gaining employment in any of the management roles, whether that be a bank or a company or a manufacturing organization. If you are interested in management, then this would be a certificate for you to pursue. And as I mentioned, all of these certificates, and also, marketing as well, for a student who has an interest in the marketing field, this certificate at 25 credits would allow them to obtain a position, whether it's in advertising or marketing in a company or in any organization. It could be a nonprofit, it could be a hospital that requires marketing. So, and as I mentioned, these certificates are all designed to be obtained within a year. And at that point, the student may choose to enter the workforce with their certificate, or perhaps they're in the workforce and they're looking to reinforce a particular area. If they may decide to stay on for the degree. For these certificates, you would be staying on for the business degree, and that degree is certified by it's accredited by the ACBSB, which just all of our courses are accredited through CCRI, but having this particular business certification also just guarantees to the student that a certain amount of rigor is within the course, and the delivery is obtaining the objectives that are designed by the course. So that's an overview of the certificates on the business side. And now I will let Professor Grist give an overview on the certificates in the professional studies side. And then she's going to highlight one particular certificate. Thank you. Do you want me to close this now? I'll finish this
actually,
first.
I'll have to have you, I'm just going to have you advance the slide to the next one. Great. Thank you, Professor Coclin. So the professional studies programs, we have 3 certificates that we're highlighting. The first one is the Administrative Support Specialist Certificate, and that is 19 credits. The Medical Insurance Billing and Coding Certificate is also 19 credits. And then we have the 30 credit Travel, Tourism, and Hospitality Certificate. And I'm going to talk a little bit about each one. So the administrative support specialist is an excellent way to achieve expert level administrative management and technology skills. Many public school systems are no longer teaching the Microsoft Office suite. So if you're going into the industry and expected to know these skills, this certificate gives you a lot of hands-on training in courses such as Introduction to Spreadsheets, like using Excel, PowerPoint, Word, and Office accounting as well. So you're developing hardware and software technology skills and learning how to prepare documents and reports, tables and graphs, and lists and file management as well, database management. And you're also building your keyboarding skills using the Office products. So yeah, so that, and as far as that certificate goes, people who are expert using, they're especially requested in offices today, for today's, using those specialty skills. So thanks. And then the medical insurance billing and coding certificate is a 19 credit certificate, and your students will be learning how to prepare themselves for the Certified Professional Coders exam, which is really, a high in demand certificate. And it prepares you by learning about the International Classification of Diseases, the ICD-10 program, and medical insurance coding. And according to, according to data, of course, our population is aging. So the Census Bureau projects that those 65 years and older 65 years old and older will be compromising 20% of the US population in 2030. So demand for healthcare is strong, and it's growing stronger. So the MIBC certificate is a quick and convenient way to learn and to master the medical insurance and billing and coding. So this will give you the skills that you need, where you can get out there and take the test. And that's good. Thank you. And finally, we have the Travel, Tourism, and Hospitality Certificate. And as Professor Coclin mentioned earlier, it's been recently revamped. We used to have 2 certificates that would be part hospitality for one, and then travel and tourism for another one. So what we've done is taken the best of those 2 certificates and eliminated items that are outdated and put in new courses, and put in added new courses that were more up to date with what professionals in the industry are looking for. So the certificate's 2 semesters if you did it full time, and it will allow you to gain entry level skills that you need within the hotel and lodging industry. Also in food service, working in travel and tourism areas such as airlines and airport operations, in car rentals, working with convention and meeting sector, as well as with planners, tourism and attractions, theme parks. I have students that have gone on to work for Disney in the hotels and in the theme parks, also working in casinos and cruise lines. And what's nice about this certificate too is that it's also buildable as far as, you can earn the certificate and go on and get your degree in business as well. So there's a list of the courses that you'd be, taking with the first and the second. You can do them in any order. And I want to go into a little bit more depth with that in a couple minutes, just to show you what it's all about.
Thank you, Professor Grist. Do you want me to stop sharing? So
yeah, I'll open up my slideshow. Okay. Thank you.
Professor Grist is going to highlight now our Travel, Tourism, and Hospitality certificate, and just dig a little bit deeper into that one.
Yeah, thanks. So you can all see that, I hope, right?
Yep, I see it.
Great. So Thank you to my department coordinator, Cheryl Amantea. We worked together to put this little presentation together. So again, it's a travel, tourism, and hospitality certificate. And I've joined the CCRI faculty in 2007. Previously to working at CCRI, I did have a 10-year career at a tour operator, a major tour company in Rhode Island in the sales and marketing department. So I gained a lot of experience in the travel and tourism industry and with marketing and sales. And I have degrees from Johnson & Wales, Rhode Island College, and Ball State University. So after 10 years of travel and tourism, I decided to do a career change and get into education. And I haven't looked back since. Still, yeah. I belong to Rhode Island Hospitality Association, the Travel Institute, and the American Society of Travel Advisors, which helps with the classes and developing curriculum and providing students resources that they need to help with their coursework. So the Travel, Tourism, and Hospitality Certificate, it's 10 courses and it's 30 credits. So each class is worth 3 credits. There are no prerequisite requirements, and you can pretty much take any courses in any order. We do have a suggested schedule, but it all works where if the class isn't being offered one semester that you want, you can still take other ones to make up for it. We're very flexible as far as that goes. We offer a course, an internship style course, a workplace experience, where you'll actually be working either in a hotel or some sort of travel and hospitality related industry within the state, and you'll be earning credit at the same time. So it's a really great way to earn some experience to make yourself more marketable once you have your certificate. And as you probably have heard by now, we offer classes, face-to-face. We've been doing remote learning, synchronous and asynchronous learning. Sometimes there's a hybrid model involved. My hope for the fall, I think everybody else's, is that we will all be face-to-face in class, in-person classes. I will tell you that for the summer, I am offering 2 classes that will be remote asynchronous, which means you'll be on your own schedule to take the classes, but you'll be able to earn 6 credits if you decide to take travel, tourism, and hospitality introduction, and also the destination geography, and those will be offered the first summer session. But we're hoping that in the fall everything else will be in person, so fingers crossed. Okay. So the core courses you can see are listed here. So we have Introduction to Computers. You'll be taking Introduction to Travel, Tourism, and Hospitality. Destination Geography, so learning all about the different places throughout the world that make attractions exciting and interesting to visitors. We'll learn about hospitality and travel technology, so different point of sales and reservation systems and airline systems technology systems that are used in the industry, like Sabre and Apollo, those types of airline systems. Lodging Management and Guest Service, which is part of the American Hotel and Lodging Association curriculum. And with that class, you'll also have an opportunity to earn a certificate in Guest Service Gold. So that'll add another credential to your resume when you graduate. So you'll take some additional work and we'll take a test in that. And if you pass, then you earn that credential, and that's under the lodging management course. And then we'll also be offering the travel sales and tour planning. So learning all about selling travel and putting together tour packages. Conference and convention planning, which is a growing field in meetings and events as far as contracts and planning for conventions. And then Principles of Food and Beverage Management, which is one of the newer classes that we're offering this in the new certificate program. I think there's more demand for food and beverage knowledge, so we decided to put that into the certificate. And then of course the travel, tourism, workplace experience. Okay, and in addition to those classes, you also get to choose from one of these three specialties: sports management, events management, and casino management. So you get to choose one of those depending on what area you want to pursue a little bit more in depth. And they're all really taking off and growing more and more in demand. So those are really good courses. Those, again, are new to the certificate program. So the profession. Now, before COVID, we had some numbers, that talked about how large the travel and tourism industry is. And you might be thinking right now, well, nobody's traveling right now. People are getting laid off from hotels and nobody's going anywhere. But it's expected that things are going to be rebounding. We are already seeing a demand for travel in the summer. We're already seeing over 1 million people flying in the last couple of weeks on a daily basis, and that is up a lot. It's still down from what it was, back in 2019, but we are seeing a demand for it. And I think as more vaccination is being offered and more borders are being opened up, people want to travel. People are anxious to get out. And what that means for you is that if you are thinking about a career field, now is a great time to go back to school or go to school and learn the skills that you need to work in the industry. So it's actually, it's good timing for you folks that are looking for a career choice. And yeah, so there's some other, just some other numbers. We actually did have a shortage of hotel workers back in 2019, which seems like a long time ago, but students would be taking classes, and because they were working full time, they were having a hard time finishing the program. So they were just in such demand. So I expect that demand to return. But again, I think coming back to school, taking classes is a great way right now to get the skills that you need to make yourself marketable when that industry really takes off. Okay, so types of jobs that would be considered entry level in hospitality would be working at the front desk. So if you've ever stayed at a hotel, you might be working with somebody checking you in. You might be calling for reservations, obviously housekeeping, night auditor, and bell attendant, the first person you might see as you walk into a hotel in the city. And then also another one that you're seeing a lot of demand for too is a breakfast attendant. So in the morning, you come down and you get the free breakfast. That's another great entry level job to get you to start in the hotel. There are pros and cons, of course, for working in a career in hospitality, as with any other industry. So the pros, obviously you get to help people every day. So you really have to want to help people. You want to have that genuine care and concern for your guests. You get to meet people from all over the world and even work with people with a lot of diversity. So meeting and working with people from all over the world is that opportunity. Learning about different cultures. There's a lot of different career choices too, and opportunities to move around within the industry. So if you're working for a Marriott, let's say in Providence, and a job opportunity opens up for a Marriott in Honolulu, Hawaii, for instance, you'd have that opportunity to transfer. And with that, there's also, to grow and advance within the industry. So you're not stuck at one hotel for the rest of your life. And there's also travel benefits that are associated with working in the hotel industry. So again, if you are working in a Providence Marriott and you decide you want to visit Honolulu and just go for vacation, there's a lot of discounts, friends and family discounts that come along with working in hotels. And just like any business, there are some things that may not be so positive that you need to think about before you pursue a career in hospitality. But keep in mind, it's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business. So the hotels never shut down. So you might be required to work weekends, holidays, overnights. and you're on your feet a lot. So you gotta keep that in mind. If you would rather sit at a desk all day, then maybe a career in hospitality or working in a hotel may not be your thing. But it can be very rewarding, and it's challenging too. You're dealing with high standards and that are set by these hospitality folks. So you've got the Ritz-Carlton that expects certain level of service that you need to provide to your guests, and the guests expect that as well. So if you go to Disney, there's standards that you need to follow, that you're trained in. And there could be a lot of challenging guests that might show up at your hotel that you might need to handle. But look at that as a challenge, really, when you're dealing in hospitality. But if working with people is not your cup of tea, then perhaps this isn't your thing. And you have to be able to multitask. But these are all things that you can overcome and learn about, hopefully, in these classes too. We do a lot of guest service relations types of classes and scenarios to get you comfortable with dealing in these situations. And then as part of the certificate, you're also learning a lot with the travel and tourism in part of the industry. So we have hospitality, and then there's travel and tourism. So in travel and tourism, you could become a travel counselor or a travel advisor and work for a travel agency. You could even become an independent contractor and just kind of make your own bookings on your own, working from home. There's also airline crew. I have, as I mentioned before, I have a flight attendant, a student is a flight attendant. I have another student who works on the ground at TF Green for American Airlines. And those both exciting career opportunities. And then inside sales and reservations for tour operators. And what I think we forgot to put on here too is also tour guide or tour manager. So if you like to travel and be with the people as they're going to different places, then you can become a tour manager or tour guide. And then call center representatives. So AAA, you might see ads for them. They're hiring a lot for working for positions within their call center or working in their office for membership services. And they also have travel agencies in-house too. So, and then there's also cruise line. You can work on land or on the ship. And I have had students that work on cruise ships as well for American Cruise Lines and another cruise line out in Washington State. So there's actually a lot of opportunities in travel careers, and the certificate will get you prepared for that. And just real quick with the pros and the cons in travel and tourism, there's a lot of variety, a lot of different ways you can move around with within the industry. Again, helping people plan and helping them plan their vacations, meetings, their honeymoons. It's if you like to plan, if you like to look at different destinations and put an itinerary together, this is a great field to get into. And learning about the travel product, lots of opportunities for that. And then you can also earn commissions on sales. That's one of the pros of the industry. Some of the cons, there's always issues that might arise when there's travel. There might be weather-related issues that you might have to handle for your client. If a hurricane's coming, you might need to move your honeymooners out of that resort and get them home or find an alternative lodging. So a lot of different situations that might arise. No two are ever alike. And dealing with unexpected things like delays. You should have a good attention to detail and be able to make sure you dot all your I's and cross those T's when you create those itineraries and don't leave out any details. There's not a lot of income to start. However, the other side to that, though, is that there is a lot of opportunity to travel. So when I was working for the tour company, I didn't make a lot of money there, but I did get to travel to a lot of different places like Australia, New Zealand. I've been to Europe a few times, Canadian Rockies. So there's a lot of good experiences you get with working in the travel industry. So I hope you consider it. I think it's a excellent field. I'm so passionate about it, and really think it's constantly growing. It is the second largest industry in the country. And a couple of other things too I forgot to mention is that all the courses are transferable to Johnson & Wales. So we've set the certificate up so that if you decide you want to get a degree in travel and tourism and hospitality at Johnson & Wales, you could take these classes first, get your certificate, and then transfer to Johnson & Wales. You've already taken care of about 9 of your classes that you need, and that will save you some money. And I think, and the last thing about it too is that we are the only certificate program in the state being offered in travel, tourism, and hospitality. So again, if you're just looking to get some skills in that and learn some background about the industry, it's a good avenue to pursue. So thanks for listening. You need to reach out to me. My email address is cgrist@ccri.edu. Okay. Thanks. I'll stop sharing.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you, Professor Grist. So that was a little bit of a deep dive into our travel, tourism, and hospitality certificate. And I know for myself, I'm definitely ready to start traveling. I'm sure many are. So thank you for that. And just to sum up again, the certificates that we offer, and as a reminder, these certificates can be a way to strengthen skills that you already have, perhaps allow you to advance on a current job, or give you entry into a new position, or also be applied to a future degree, whether that be at CCRI or, as Professor Grist mentioned, it could be at another institution as well. So thank you for listening, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. That was very efficient performance or presentation. Candice even told me, don't worry, we got this nailed. So you guys did get it nailed. So really appreciate that. I just want to say thank you both to Maria and Candice for joining us, and anyone that's joining us via the recording. This is our last Path Day session for today. However, we have other Path Days coming up. So please visit the www.ccri.edu/pathways/pathdays. And I also want to mention that we have a spring 2021 virtual job fair hosted on Handshake on April 14th between 1 and 4 p.m. And you can literally just type in the search on CCRI's website, Career Services, or you can use the link that's at the bottom of the slide. Thank you so much, ladies, and thank you for joining us. And I hope both of you guys have a lovely weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.